Hello and welcome to Oak Hills High School Open House 2020 style. Hey parents, at least you don't have to navigate all the one-way hallways if you'd actually come in person. Anyway, I'm Mrs. Vanderwall and I am your child's level 2 chemistry teacher. So I graduated from Purdue University with a degree in chemistry. All my electives are my education courses, so I have the same degree as any other chemistry major does. I won't tell you when I graduated though. This is my 28th year of teaching and my 25th year at Oak Hills High School. So it's very possible that I could have had some of you parents as my own students. And if that's the case, I'm sorry I don't get to see you in person and see how you're doing. So real quick, I use this app called Remind, and that lets students know what is due, what I want them to bring to class the next day, and that sort of thing. It's like an announcement, and it comes in as a text. If you'd like to sign up for it as well, you may. Here's all the information. Just know that this right here is an L, or excuse me, yeah, it's an L, not a 1. So we had a little issue with that signing in, but we got that taken care of. Okay, so if you'd like to do that, pause it and go ahead and sign up for Remind. This is important this year is the supplies. I hit some of the highlights. Bring the blue binder to class every day. Have your child do that, obviously. That blue binder contains all handouts for the first quarter. I went over the summer and I copied them all off. I created that binder for that. So if we do remote, if your child is quarantined, if I'm quarantined, all right, they have every single handout they need for first quarter. So they need to bring it to class every day and try to take care of it too. Don't get it all messed up and rip pages or anything like that. Number 2 and number 3 kind of go together. So bring your own writing materials and bring your own calculator to class. You cannot share, or your child cannot share their material. So if they forget their pen, or they don't have their writing utensil, they don't have their calculator, they can't ask me, and they cannot ask a fellow student to borrow a pen or pencil or calculator. And as far as calculators go, no, they cannot use their phone as a calculator. All right, my school policy is no cell phones in class. You and I both know it's a distraction for your child. Okay, I don't want them checking Instagram or whatever on their phones instead of doing chemistry. And this is especially important during tests and quizzes. There can absolutely be no cell phones in class, on their desk while taking test or quiz. So they cannot use a calculator. Their phone is a calculator. So what I would like them to do is get used to bringing a calculator to class every day. It can be a $10 one from Kroger's. It doesn't have to be the $100 one that they might use for an upper level math class, all right? If they do have one, great, but they don't need an expensive calculator. Finally, as far as supplies go, obviously this is new to my supply list for 2020, is masks. I ask your child to bring a mask and to wear it correctly in my presence at all times. I'm a high risk person here. I have an autoimmune disease, all right? So I will be insisting that they wear their masks properly in my presence at all times. If they want to bring hand sanitizers, that's fine. I do have a big jar in my class that they can certainly use if they don't have their own. And I encourage that they use it as often as they can, okay? Let's talk about how this class is going to be run. You might be interested in that. This is a flipped classroom. What does that mean? That they watch the notes that is linked in Google Classroom, and it is through something called Edpuzzle. And what Edpuzzle does is a couple things. I can see who's logged on, when they logged on, how long they logged on for. They can't skip around. So they should be taking their notes through the Edpuzzle found on Google Classroom. And this is a great tool. What else they have is like little questions embedded. And so it's like a clarifying question or something, so they can, if they have any questions or if they didn't get it right, then it's something that we can talk about on the next day. So what do we do in class then? If we're not taking notes in class, we are doing problems and we're doing practice. So once again, it is so important they bring that blue binder to class and their calculator and a writing utensil because that's what we'll be doing. So we'll be practicing when they are with me, so if they have questions, they can ask me for help in person, okay? All right, so let's talk about this Google Classroom real quick. I know that fourth quarter was kind of rough, where maybe not everyone used the same learning management tool. So they have asked everyone at Oak Hills, please use the same Google Classroom so it's not as confusing. Now there are some really great benefits to using Google Classroom. First of all, it's a one site for all material needed. It's a one site for finding all your assignments. It's one site for viewing all the work turned in and still missing. I realize that maybe my face is blocking some of that print. It's one site for checking Google Calendar for due dates. And also it's a communication tool between me and your child. Okay, so let me show you where to find some of this stuff. I don't know if you've ever had a tutorial on how to use Google Classroom, but I think it's really important that both you and your child see where some of these features are. All right, first of all, when you log in to Google Classroom, you get a stream page. Now, I know this is my AP Chemistry one. It's the same thing for level 2, all right? So you'll see the name of my class, and you'll see the different categories at top. So it'll have any announcements on this page and any new material that I've posted. You can quickly see if there's any work due, okay? Here's the classwork page, and in my opinion, this is probably the most important page for you. I have tried to organize this page in a logical manner. So we have like any kind of resources. Oh, I will also put your daily PowerPoint on this page. It'll be at the top where it says student resources. I'll put the daily PowerPoint. So you can see every day what we are doing in class, what your opportunity to learn is, especially if you're going remote. This is really, really important that you see that. All right. What else? So if you click on one of the assignments, all right, it gives you a little more details. It gives you an explanation of what the assignment is all about, any attachments that you need, and any due dates. So I use this one, due date September 3rd. If I click on view assignments, this is if I click on it, and I can see all the students that have already turned it in. Something else that is very good on that page, in the classwork page, is called View Your Work. All right, so it's found at the top of the classwork page. Here you can see what assignments have been turned in, what assignments have been assigned, and if there are any missing. Here you can hold your child accountable for completing his or her own work. There should be no more "I didn't know what's due" excuses, because you can click on that one tab and voila, there you go. There's a people page. It probably wouldn't be very handy for you. I don't even know if you can see that, but it shows up on mine, so I threw that in there. However, something else you should know, that if you click up those 3 bars by your name, you can see all the assignments and due dates if you go into the calendar feature. So here, click on calendar, and then you do get to see a calendar. So you can choose any week you want, all right, and see what's due. Now, I'm not positive, but I think that any teacher your child has who uses Google Classroom, everything will be assigned, or all the assignments will show up on this page. I could be wrong, but I heard that. I really don't have a good way of checking that for myself, though, okay? So encourage your child to use this feature and not get behind, okay? Also, students can leave comments. Some teachers may leave this so students can comment on the stream page. I've actually blocked that myself. However, if they go on the assignment page and they turn in their work, they can add private comments down below and ask me, like, Mrs. Vandal, I didn't know how to do number 5 or something along those lines, and then I can reply back. So this is a private conversation that your child and I can have on any work that's been assigned or turned in or things like that, okay? It's a great feature. So finally, I've included, if you want more information on how to effectively use your Google Classroom. Your child may not be aware of all the features that Google Classroom has, so I tried to throw this in here if you want to learn more about it, okay? So that's all I have to say. I really hope that we have a great year this year. If you ever have any questions, you can always email me. You can remind, we can chat through Remind if you have any questions. And I hope this has been helpful. So thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.